Okay, so in Joshua, Moses is dead, right? And so God has placed Joshua to take over. And God has told Joshua to go get this land that I promised to your forefathers, right? And in doing so, he's telling them, remember everything that Moses taught him. Don't let the law depart from him. Keep that law. And then so Joshua assumes command, and he's telling his people to leave your wives, leave your little ones, and your cattle. They're going to remain in the land that we're already in. But Joshua says, but ye shall pass before your brethren armed. Let me read it. Verse 1 through 14. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side of the Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them. So the only people that were able to cross over the Jordan were the ones that were armed. Baby, if you weren't armed, you can't go. Meaning you got to have that word of God. How does that apply to us today? We're armed with the word of God. We're armed with obedience to God. We're removing everything out of us that does not belong. We're rebuking things. We're binding. We're dismantling altars. We're going against the bloodline. We're canceling generational curses. I mean, we're armed, honey. And we're in that word. In that word. Meditating on that word. Because this walk with God is a lifestyle. It's not like a half in and half out. No. We got to do this thing and do what God has called us to do. And that's how we arm ourselves. With the word of God. With obedience to God. With removing everything in us that is not of God. Moving everything in us that is not of God. Everything that God says he does not like. Gossip, hatred, fornication, adultery, a lying tongue, perverse lips, a froward mouth. And the list goes on. And we're supposed to be filled with his spirit. His sweet, precious spirit. And we do that through the word of God. And then once we do that, and once we're armed, can't nothing stop us. Then you can go over and cross over the Jordan and get the land that God has promised you. Get everything that God has promised you. And guess what? Ain't nobody gonna stop you.